Today I'm going to be showing you how to detect email forwarders on your Office 365 portal. Cybercriminals are more and more frequently using email forwarders as a way of tricking you, your clients or your suppliers out of thousands of pounds. They're doing this by tricking you out of your Office 365 password. They'll pose as legitimate companies just like Microsoft and send you an email suggesting that your Office 365 account is under attack from cybercriminals. You're going to check this email for all the usual red flags, such as incorrect email address, incorrect website, incorrect details, incorrect imagery. All of that's going to check out. Everything on the email will be absolutely perfect. And you're going to knowingly and willingly hand over your password to hackers who are on the other end of the email, but you'll be none the wiser. Once the hacker has your password, they're going to use their admin privileges to get into your Office 365 account and put email forwarders on all of your emails. By installing this email forwarder, every single one of your emails that you send or receive, whether that be to a friend, a client, a supplier, family, will now be forwarded onto that hacker's personal email address. Now that the hacker is receiving every single one of your emails, they're going to learn how you write, how you act, how you behave, how you talk. They're going to note everything down about you. They're going to try and become you. They're going to want to mimic you so that they can trick your suppliers or your clients out of thousands of pounds. Once they have enough information about you, they're going to send an email to one of your suppliers or clients requesting that they transfer you funds. This could be hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of pounds. Your client or supplier will not suspect that the email is fraudulent because the hacker has perfectly mimicked everything about you. They're going to sign off the email how you would. They're going to start the email just how you would. It's going to come from your email address because they have email forwarders. And that client or supplier is unwittingly going to provide them with thousands of pounds, sending over that money for services or supplies that they never actually receive. This is not only going to lose your suppliers or clients thousands of pounds, or it could lose you thousands of pounds if someone else has been hacked using email forwarders, but it's also going to cost you your reputation because you've let down your suppliers and your clients who have now lost potentially thousands of pounds when you didn't monitor or look after your cybersecurity. That's why I'm here today to show you exactly how you can detect email forwarders on your Office 365 account. To begin with, you're going to want to navigate to this address up here. So you want to go to portal.office.com/. Once you've navigated to that address, you're going to land on a page something like this. There might already be users here, but this time you're going to want to log in with one of your global admins. So in this case, I'm going to log in with Tasha Admin. Once you've entered your password, click Sign In, and you should be taken to your Office 365 portal landing page. Once here, you need to navigate to your admin portal. You can either navigate to it by clicking Admin here in your apps bar, or if it's not there, just go over here to the left-hand side, click on the little blue square, the menu should appear on the left, and navigate your way down to Admin. Give that a click, and this should take you to your admin portal. Now that we're here, I'm going to show you the first way of detecting whether an email forwarder has been put on any of your email addresses. On this black bar here on the left-hand side, navigate to Users, click that. A drop-down menu should appear and you need to click on Active Users. Once you've given that a click, that should take you to a page that lists every single one of the email addresses within your business. So you might have tens, 20s, hundreds, doesn't matter, it will list every single one of your email addresses right here. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to click on this demo email address. You can click on any email address that you have, but you will eventually have to do this for every single one of the email accounts that you have. So give the email that you're looking at a double click. A box should pop up on the right hand side here. You want to ignore all of this information here and navigate down to mail settings. Once there, give that a click and another menu should drop down. The first way of detecting an email forwarder is just by taking a very quick look here. And if there are no email forwarders, none will be written there. But if there are email forwarders, something else will be written, and you need to go and have a check whether those are legitimate or whether they've been put there by a hacker. If you want to edit those email forwarders, just navigate over to the right-hand side here and click Edit. So this is the first way of detecting an email forwarder on Office 365. The problem is that I've only shown you how to do this for one email address. You're going to have to do this for every single one of your email addresses. Not only that, you're going to have to do this for every single one of your email addresses every 2 hours. You need to do that because you need to be constantly monitoring your system to see whether or not another email folder has been put onto an email address. Otherwise, you're not effectively monitoring your cybersecurity. Unfortunately, this is not the only place an email folder can be set up. So I'm now going to show you the second way of detecting whether you may have an email folder on your Office 365 email. So just give this pop-up a close, and you want to again navigate your way back over to this black bar here. This time you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on Admin Centers. A little list should pop up, and you want to navigate your way to Exchange. Give that a click. Once that's loaded, you should land on a page that looks something like this. Navigate up to the left-hand side again and find Recipients. Give that a click. And yet again, another list of every single one of the email addresses in your business will pop up. Again, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to use this demo email address here, but yet again, you're going to have to go through and do this on every single one of your own email addresses. So give the email address that you're checking a double click. A little pop-up should appear in the center of your screen. You want to navigate down this menu on the left-hand side, and you want to navigate to Mailbox Features. Once you've landed here, scroll down until you find Mail Flow. Once you found Mail Flow, click on View Details. A box like this should pop up, and here you will be able to see whether you have any email folders on this particular email address. As you can see, this email has no folders. If you were to have a folder here, it would show up in this box here, and then you could browse to see all the different email folders that you have on this particular email address. Once again, you have to go through and do this process for every single one of those emails that you see on this list on the left-hand side. And once again, you have to check them every 2 hours to ensure the security of all of your email addresses. Unfortunately, there is a third place that email folders can be set up on your Office 365 account. So I'm now going to show you the final way to check for an email folder. So if you just click OK and save, navigate back over here to the left-hand side where the little blue box is in the top left-hand corner. Navigate back to Admin. Once in Admin, you want to go back to Users like we did the first time, and again click on Active Users. Again, your list of emails will appear. This time you're checking for email folders that have been set up by the user themselves. So this time you're going to have to physically go into their email address, check the email settings, and to do this you need to give yourself the permission to view their email addresses. So again, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to click on the demo email address, give that a double click. Again, ignore all of this information here. You want to scroll down to Mail Settings. Once in Mail Settings, you want to go to Mailbox Permissions and go over to the right-hand side here and click Edit. Once here, you want to find the Read and Manage section, and again go over to the right-hand side and click Edit. Here, if you have anyone who has permission to read or manage your email, they'll be displayed here, but because we're new, this time we're going to add a permission. So go up to the top here and click the blue button. You should see a list of all of the eligible email addresses here. Scroll down until you find your email, give it a click, scroll down and click Save and Close. You've now given yourself permission to read and manage the emails of that particular email address here. These permissions could take roughly 15 minutes to update, so come back in about 15 minutes, once your permissions have updated, and I'll show you what to do next. Now that your permissions have been updated, you need to navigate back over here to this little blue square, give it a click, and you need to go to Outlook, give that a click, and it should take you to your own personal mailbox. Once here, you need to navigate over to the right-hand side and click on your little avatar, and go down to Open Another Mailbox. This is where you're going to be able to access the mailbox that you gave yourself permissions to read. Give that a click. And then you're going to want to type in the name of the mailbox that you've just given yourself permission to view. So in this case it was Demo. Search your directory, and if the permissions have updated, it should list here. Give it a click and just click Open. It may take a couple of minutes just to load itself up. Once you're in here, navigate back up. Once here, you want to go back up to the right-hand corner and click on the little cog just to here. This should bring up a menu, and you want to go down to your app settings and click on Mail. Once you've clicked on that, a number of options should appear on the left-hand side here, and you want to find your inbox and sweep rules. Give that a click. And once here, you'll be able to see any forwarding rules that are on this particular email address. As you can see, they're on here again, but if there was some, they just list here. And you'll be able to add or remove them as you wish. Again, I've shown you how to do this for one email account. You're going to have to go in and do this for every single one of your email accounts every 2 hours for the reasons that I've explained before. And this is the third and final way to detect email forwarders on your Office 365 account. Now I've shown you exactly how to do this, and you can probably see exactly how much work is going to go into detecting potential email forwarder threats within Office 365. Whether or not you use this method is entirely up to you, but we have developed a brand new service that will automate this process for you entirely. What it will do is it will check your systems every 2 hours automatically in the background. You won't even know it's there, and it's going to check for email forwarders at least 12 times a day and for really, really low cost. If you have 25 users, it's only going to cost you £15 a month. And if you have over 25 users, it's only going to cost you £30 a month. How much would it cost you to employ a full-time person to do this for you?